Hi everyone, it's your boy Sean. Welcome back to another Summoner Swap video. In this video, I want to share with you guys a speed farmable Dragon Speed 10 team. Before I dive into the details, there are three things that I want you to remember. Most speed Dragon Speed 10 team is not 100% reliable unless you are using chilling or Belladeon as a safety measure. This team being farmable is even riskier than the typical Verde Galleon team. If you are okay with 90% success rate, which is not that high, you can still try this team out. The second point is that because you are not using Verde Galleon, you are not enjoying that crazy speed leader skill or the unique skill of Galleon, time to loot. The runes requirement for this team will be pretty tough. But if you are building an endgame speed farming team, rune requirement is often very high. Lastly, if you are planning to use this team to farm Dragon Speed 10, you better put your best runes on them. Now, let's dive into the details. The first unit that I want to talk about is Megan. She is the savior, the goddess of this team. Megan is like a combination of Verde, Chilling, and Galleon. She provides a attack bar, a tank buff, and a smart buff removal. In addition to that, she also provides a defense buff that you will need to rely on because you are not killing everything before they move. So having defense buff really improves the reliability of this team. She also brings continuous damage in her default attack. So landing 2 to 3 continuous damage on the boss is pretty good. You can deal a lot of damage while not being a damage dealer. I'm running violent focus on her speed, crit rate, and attack. I want her to contribute in terms of damage as well. That's why speed, crit rate, attack. She's having the recommended accuracy for Dragon Speed 10 and some survivability stat in there as well. Because she is a war unit, it is harder for her to die in Dragon Speed 10. I want her to be the fastest in my team because she needs the turn to spam her buff as much as possible. You want the attack buff and defense buff always up for your entire team. Also, there's another reason which I'll talk about when we move on to Bella. Optimally, I want her to have Violent Shield because having shield set will further improve the reliability of your team. Next up on the list is Bella. Bella will be the ghetto Galleon who will provide defense break, the thing that Megan doesn't bring. Bella will also bring a smart buff removal, just like Megan. So both of them will only remove the immunity when there is immunity. So they will not spam the second skill mindlessly. Bella will also bring a healing skill which you will rely on a lot. Because once again, you are not killing everything before they move. I'm using Will Shield focus on him. Optimally, you want Violent Shield as well. The more shield you have, the better. Bella is slightly slower than Megan. Because when there's immunity on the boss, I want Megan to strip so that Bella can armor break right after that. I don't want Bella to seize followed by a dot from Megan. That is not very good. You want to have defense break always on the boss so that your damage dealer can deal damage. Next on the list are the damage dealers. I picked Theomars because from now on Theomars is obtainable. Good damage, safe to use, easy to rune. I'm using Violent Will on him, speed, crit damage, and attack, very typical. But if you are solely using your Theomars for speed Dragon Speed 10, I recommend Violent Focus. Try to get 40 or 50% accuracy on him because the continuous damage and the defense break is really good if you can rely on them. Next on the list is Tarq, very famous for most speed dungeon team because of the amazing amount of damage he provides as well as the amazing group hunt. This will allow, for example, Megan to have lower cooldown or Bella to apply that defense break that she missed. I'm using Violent Blade on him, speed, crit damage, and attack. With 87 crit rate, he will always crit a fire unit and most likely will crit the crystal. If I can put Violent Shield on him, I would definitely do because, as mentioned, the more shield you have, the safer you will be. With Megan defense buff, I have seen Tarq survive 2 hits from the crystal. That's pretty amazing. Last but not least is Kahli. She is amazing in speed DB10. She's like the safety net for my entire team because with Tali and Megan, I will always have attack buff on my team. And for example, if both of my stripper fail to strip away their immunity, Tali can still deal 40,000 damage with Tectonic Shift. And this buff is amazing. Attack power and attack speed is very beneficial to Theomars and Tarq. I have seen my entire team die and Kahli was the only one left. With Tectonic Shift, she can easily bring the boss down even when he had a huge chunk of HP. Optimally, I would want her to be on Violent Blade, Speed crit damage attack. I want her to move before my damage dealer so that they will have the buff before they deal damage when Megan failed to buff. But for now, I think her being the slowest in my team has an advantage to it as well. For example, Megan buff, everyone move and lose 1 turn of their buff. Kahli will make sure that Theo and Tarq will have another 2 turns of attack power. That's pretty awesome as well. My Kahli is rather tanky to be honest. 12,000 HP and 800 defense. With defense buff, with that, she can survive pretty well even with a dot on her face during the final boss stage. All in all, I think this team is pretty amazing, quite safe, and still fast. You should try them out if you don't have a Verde or Galleon. The weakness of this team is during the Zyros stage. If you don't kill a crystal immediately, you are very vulnerable to failure. If the crystal hit Megan or Bella, you might still be okay. But if the crystal decides to hit Tarq or Kahli, you're in big trouble. But once again, I've seen Kahli having her buff on, and the crystal plus the Zyros kept hitting her. It's pretty hilarious. When you reach the boss stage, you will have healing, buff strip, consistent armor break, so it's pretty safe by then. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoy. Leave a comment if you need help with your speed DB10 team. I know not all of you guys are interested in a farmable speed team, but I think it will benefit a lot of people. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video as soon as possible. Bye!